Hi there, welcome to Joy News Interactive, and as always, I cannot wait to find out what you've been saying on some of the trending issues on social media, and of course, the issues making headlines. My name is Miss G. I am the entertainment general. Get your phones, your tablets, and let's keep talking until the world hears us. We are live on Joy News channel, Multi TV, DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144. You can join the conversation on our Facebook page. It's Joy News on TV. Now let's roll. The Council of State on Tuesday had its 21st and last member sworn in by the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former Chief Justice Georgina Theodora Wood was sworn in per the constitutional requirements. The 1992 Constitution reserves a seat for a retired Chief Justice, but for 22 years now, the place has been vacant. Now it's being filled by her. The last time it was filled was in 1995 by former Chief Justice Philip Edward Archer, and since then, the other Chief Justices have died in office or have retired on health grounds. This stresses the importance of Madame Georgina on the council. So we have been asking, what do you think her presence in the Council of State will mean? Let's go to Facebook and see how you have been reacting. And Kotokraba Aivo says her presence will bring on board a lot of ideas she has harnessed during her years as a police officer and finally as a CJ. Such people are endowed with intelligence and integrity, which is key in government. Kudos to Nana Addo, and she will offer a lot of help, especially with issues concerning security and justice system. Now, she has been everything that makes this country. Her rich experience in high office will actually enrich her role in the Council of State. She has got nothing to lose now. She would give her all, and I'm proud of this woman and the president's decision. And Kala says, I think her experience will play a big role by offering very important advice for the president. Ransford said it's good for her. I believe she will be of great help to the government. And Loverboy says, I think she and her colleagues would advise the president not to release criminals from prisons, and she's adding another service to her mother's land. Okay. So those are comments from you concerning the Chief Justice who is now being inducted to join the Council of State. Now we'll take a break. We are back with some more here on Joy News Interactive. Please stay. Welcome back from the break, and the former president has been talking and he has some interesting thoughts to share. Former President John Agyekum Kufuor says qualified, talented graduates can threaten peace if steps are not taken to tackle unemployment and its accompanying challenges. He believes graduate unemployment could have a major consequence on government and peace in African countries. We all know unemployment is a huge challenge for African countries, and Ghana is no exception. So over to you. Do you agree with the former President Kufuor on this matter? Let's see what you've been saying on Facebook. And Kojibana says, that's true. Not forgetting a hungry man is an angry man. Most unemployed graduates feel cheated by government. They invested time and resources to obtain qualifications only to watch it go waste. Africa, wake up because you have been sleeping for long. And Anochi says, I agree, Pa. Ghana is peaceful because our cultural tolerance enables the poorest soul to have a bowl of food to eat from his neighbors, no matter how hard the system becomes. Let's wait for the day when all our able hands find nothing to do and our mouths have nothing to feed on. That's when Ghanaians will know our true identities. We are not any better than countries that kill themselves. Jobs and employment are key and must be must not be underestimated. And yes, I agree with him 100%, says Piero. With all the knowledge acquired in school, the sufferings and the struggles, when we come out successfully and the system cannot give us something to do, definitely we would opt for plan B to survive. And Aivo says, I totally agree with the assertion by the president, Kufuor. Because when high unemployment rate prevail, democracy signifies tolerance of varied views, and use of legitimate means to seek redress will be replaced with extremism, hooliganism, and mob injustice. I believe in our able president to deliver us from high unemployment rates. And Ajaho says, even the uneducated, invisible, and Delta forces are giving our security forces a hard time. And that's really true. The advice needs to be listened to, otherwise disaster for the continent and Ghana. Oh yeah, says Ransford. So he better advise his party to create the jobs they promised, or else they will see mass destruction of the youth. And Daniel says, I share in your sentiment, Mr. President. I agree with the ex-president because unemployment leads to bad acts. And Awal says 100% he agrees. Edupoko says yes, he agrees. And Mr. Former President, what did you do to solve the youth employment menace in your 8 years in office? We line up for several hours for registration during your tenure and nothing happened. Talk is cheap. Why? Suffice to say that your party is back in power, so do something about it and stop talking. It's been 6 months of talk without any action. Ghana certainly deserves better, and that's coming from Kakra Courage Aidu, who believes that there's more that this current government can do. Now, social media has been buzzing with a lot of comments on the issue in the last couple of days. Now, I'm talking about plans by the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs to airlift Christians on pilgrimage to Israel. There is a new twist to the issue now. The Youth and Sports and Culture Committee of Parliament has started processes to summon the minister over the decision, following concerns raised by the public over the pilgrimage. Now, I cannot imagine how this will end, but I want you to tell me if you think that the decision to airlift Christian on a pilgrimage to Israel should be halted like some people are suggesting. So let's get to see how you'll be reacting to the issue, as the minister says that he will airlift some Christians to Israel, just as some Muslims get airlifted sometimes to Mecca. Let's get to see your reaction shortly. We'll read your reaction to you from our Facebook page. But let's move on to another story. And the NDC has been quite active recently. Yeah, the party is 25, yes, and so they have been active. They've been working on reconciling and uniting and building a strong force after their defeat in the last election. And the national organizer of the National Democratic Congress, Kofi Adams, has warned the party's communicators against verbal attack on the founder of the party, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. He said on the current affair program PM Express on Joy News on Multi TV on Tuesday, he says, we shared the issue with you to find out what you said. So that's what he says. He says that they shouldn't have any verbal attacks on the ex-president. We are finding out from you what you think about this. And Anoch says this warning is like a parent who has cooked dinner for the family but wants the children not to eat from the table set. Your party has done its worst to the man already. You groomed the disrespect against him long ago. Your own party executives have run the respect and image of the man down already with their utterances against him. What does Kofi Adams seek to achieve with this communication? Spare our ears and release the report, you lovers of hypocrisy. And Kofi says, is that so? So he's asking, Kala is asking, Kofi, is that so? I thought you said you had a united front. So the people of Ghana should ignore the NPP. Anyway, wish you guys well in opposition and hope you will be responsible in opposition and give accurate and constructive criticism. Attack on founder. This is a typical joke. What about the founders' attack on the party runners? What about the founders' attack on Mr. Kufuor? NDC is a verbal bomb party. Is the character and it won't change. They can blast themselves as much as they want. We're careless, says Kojo. And Ahadome says, Rawlings is smarter than this gimmick. He knows this is just a smart way of getting him to campaign to bring the NDC back to power and be disrespected after. Hashtag I laugh enter Kole. And down who says, I agree, but it must be extended to other leaders of the country. People must be taught to respectfully disagree and not attack personalities. And Sana Mohammed says he should first warn a Seidu in Ketia and the babies with sharp teeth first before any other. Though it's a nice move for comfortable lead reconciliation, and you should have said that in government. You think you're smart? In opposition, you are founder, but in government, you don't have a founder. Ransford says they have to really publish them because the party believes democracy and everyone has his view on issues concerning the party. And you didn't say this when you were in power, says Jane Fee. And have they sanctioned Siedu Nketia too? Because he referred to Rawlings as a backing dog. Whoa. So you're backing there. And so funny. Where is Kofi Adams when, or where was Kofi Adams when the NDC communicators were throwing dust into Mr. Rawlings? Was he in a comfortable sleep or what? You're asking. Media cabal and is Kwekubaga around? Ayasemo, and then that's Frederick IJ who says hypocrisy. So a lot of comments from you, but we are taking another break and you still have to stay with us because we still have some very great stories here for you on Joy News Interactive. Welcome back from the break, and let's go to our earlier story about the pilgrimage taught by the people that the religious minister wants to airlift some Christians to Israel. Let's see how you've been reacting to the story now. And there is no need airlifting Christians to Israel for pilgrimage. You should prioritize the little resources you have as a country. It should be vehemently halted. And Sana Mohammed says it should be halted because the taxpayers' money cannot be used to send others to pilgrimage or on pilgrimage. We need to put our tax money to proper use, not mere sending of people to pilgrimage, which is discrimination because fewer benefits leaving a larger portion of Ghanaians. And it's sad government has committed itself to airlift pilgrims. It's sad to note that the government is yet to pay compensation for UHAS lands in Ho, but can, without a blink of an eye, spend millions on the non-beneficial projects like this. Sad, says Komla. And Rauf says it's a step in the right direction. True worship is what every nation needs, and has a teaching gone done with people who are going to embark on this journey. I remember one of our grandfathers going to Hajj by road in the early 20th century due to his belief. The Christian Council should have requested for this long ago, and I'm sure something like that has been taking place. Religion is guided by the Almighty God. Using your money to embark on such a journey needs strong faith. May the Almighty guide us through the right path. And Daniel says, what is there in Israel that the government must spend in sponsoring Christians to go there? Proposers of this should have a second thought, and the country must even stop sponsoring Muslims to Mecca. People must work and save to get blessings, not to be sponsored to go for blessings. And Kareth says, why should it be halted when Muslims are still enjoying that equal treatment we pray for? So equality must work in all things. So divergent views there on our social media page. Some people think it's okay to airlift people to Israel, something that is waste of resources. You can keep the conversation coming on our Facebook page. Is Joy News on TV.